I'm Rachel Tupel, and this is my maker story. The first time I tried to marble fondant to put on a cake, I am such a perfectionist, I couldn't just let it go. And so I squashed it back up, re-rolled it. It looked very pretty. I probably should have gone with it, but I squashed it back up again, and unfortunately, it turned into just one color eventually. So that's, again, the beauty of marble is that you don't want it to be perfect. You have to let go of that inner perfectionist to really let a true marble effect come out. So you need fondant, you need a little bit of powdered sugar or cornstarch if you're in a humid environment, and you also need color. So what you want to do is first powdered sugar your surface. This is going to prevent the fondant from sticking. I'm just going to take a small portion of the fondant first. And what I'd like to try to do is get this bold, bright, beautiful pink color. You can add as much or as little color as you need to achieve the color you're looking for. Now with marbling, you want to have a couple of shades of your colors. I'm going to take a little bit of pink away from that and knead it into my white to make a lighter shade. If it's not fully incorporated, it's okay. We're gonna marble all these together and get some really cool striations of color. You're gonna take your main color and just try to sandwich all of those logs together. Now, once you have them, roll them again, and now we're gonna twist each of the ends in opposite directions. And then we're just gonna start rolling it up, almost like a little snake would coil. And this is the point where we can roll out our marbling. You want to lift up your fondant and definitely put some powdered sugar down so that it doesn't stick as you're rolling. You want to place your fondant back in the center and grab your rolling pin. And every once in a while, you want to pick it up, grab some powdered sugar so it doesn't stick, and then roll again. So I want to roll this to get about 1/8 of an inch thick, and that's going to make a really thin covering over our fondant cake. And now I'm going to grab our cake and get that ready for covering. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and scoop up our fondant with our hands and try to center it over your cake. You'll need to use a fondant smoother to get the top nice and smooth. Just by applying a very light, gentle pressure, you want to grab your fondant and pull it out gently. Using the side of your hand, smooth it down and out. And you only want to go about halfway down the cake at first so that it starts to adhere, and then you can work your way back to get it all the way down to the base of the cake. I like to push the tip of my smoother down at the base and run it along the edge of the cake. Now, once you have your cake smoothed, you're just going to take a knife and placing the flat edge up against the cake, you're just going to drag it along the bottom edge. Once your cake is trimmed at the base, it's time to move it to its final presentation board. I'm just going to place a little bit of buttercream in the center so that the cake won't slide around on me. And using my knife, carefully getting underneath the board, and just placing it down carefully. If you're just making a single tier cake, this is ready for some embellishments. I'm gonna get another tier stacked on top and show you how to apply some silver. Now I'm gonna use the Wilton Food Safe brushes. And what you wanna do is just find an area of your cake that has, in this case, this has a little bit of gray running through it, and I'm gonna accent the edge of the gray. So you can kind of add these wherever you see fit on your cake. Once you're done embellishing your cake, it's ready to be enjoyed. Now, while marbling looks a little intimidating, it's actually a lot more forgiving than you may think. Incorporate all those mistakes right into your design. And don't forget, practice makes perfect.
Subscribe to our channel and share your projects using the hashtag #MakeItWithMichaels.